Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are 2 weeks out from Provincials 2026, and this is my kind of last heavy week of training. These first few days here weren't ultra heavy, but definitely the Friday, Saturday, my deadlift and event sessions certainly were. I guess we'll just jump into training. Monday, we were working the blast press here, so that's just starting from the pins. Basically, got like a pin squat, but you're just doing it for your overhead. So start from the pins and then press through to the top. And the key to that one is setting the pins to the bottom of your dip position, just to put yourself in that same position. Moved over to incline dumbbell bench. I've been absolutely loving this movement. It's been kind of progressing for me, which feels good. So these are the 80s for, I think that was an ugly 7 or 6. But yeah, moving really well, and it feels really good. No no shoulder pain. Sometimes doing like a straight bar bench or straight bar incline, I get some kind of pain in my shoulder just from the angle it's at. But with these, so I can kind of keep them at a bit more of an angle, definitely feels a lot better. Drop down to the 70s for some higher volume sets, and then did the standard shoulder and tricep work to finish off the day. Also, this is kind of right in the middle of our super heat wave here. So these sessions were absolutely brutal, just pouring sweat the whole time. Everything was soaked. So that's kind of gross, but just the way it goes. You can see I got the little fan trying its absolute best to do something, but it really did nothing. Tuesday, we had our squat session, working sevens here, back on the straight bar, and I'm still committing to flat shoes. Feels a lot better. Not getting almost no knee pain in that bottom position. So definitely think that's helping a lot, and just feels a lot more comfortable. Don't usually work the straight bar on my squats, so coming back to this feels super strong. Kind of excited to maybe push it, see where I can go. I know I always say that, and I always just kind of not end up bailing on pushing my squats, but I just don't really feel like I have to push them because I'm focusing on another movement, or I just want to focus on my SSB squat. So, but this is 340 for a set of 7, fairly decent weight for me. So I was pretty pumped about that. And today, actually, when I'm posting this, I went even heavier. So, yeah, moving in the right position, right direction. Jesus. And then we went over to some, I think these were supposed to be stiff leg deadlifts with dumbbells, but I didn't want to do that. So I grabbed the bar out of the rack and then just with some chains and doing them beltless. And I think the program said it was supposed to be like 75% reps, so kind of just pulsed them out, but it felt too good. And just because of the height and I wanted to get more chain, I was not like shrugging, but just kind of keeping the bar up a little bit higher with my upper back. So yeah, this absolutely fried everything and felt like a super good movement. Not close to the good mornings though. Good mornings still S tier for hinge movements, I think. And then we had some high volume um, belt squats here just to finish out the day. I set the lever arm a bit higher than I usually do, so the weight was more down and definitely put a lot more um, strain, more felt load. There you go. Got more felt load. Anywho, but everything's feeling really good. Obviously, I'm feeling pretty beat up. The end of the week here got pretty intense with hitting all of my events at comp weight, but really can't complain. Everything feels good. It's in a good spot. I'm not going to get any stronger now. It's just about staying healthy, making sure everything's feeling, ready to go, getting fed, but still having to make weight. So it's just about finding that balance. And Thursday we had our behind the neck press here. This is our lighter press day. I think it was supposed to be like a push press movement, but I was just doing strict, just to not aggravate my shoulders or anything going into my Saturday events with Cirque's dumbbell. So obviously ended up being fairly light. This top set here is at what's that? Maybe 140. So again, not ultra heavy, but decent movement. Okay, the main thing I want to talk about here is I started working with the company, the Dead Weight Lift Co. They are an Ontario brand. I am a brand ambassador with them now. They make some super high quality clothing. Um, they have all the kind of oversized shirts, which I love wearing. Unfortunately, I don't. They got the shorts there that I'm rocking in these clips. Um, so yeah, they make awesome stuff. I don't always love wearing them in the gym, mostly because I don't want to mess them up or kind of get them covered in rust or whatever. But yeah, check them out. I do have a code with them, REID10. So REID 10 saves you a little bit of cash. So check them out. Incline bench here with straight bar. I move my grip out kind of wider than I'm comfortable with and was just hitting a bunch of reps. And then we have our deadlift session, the main, uh, main deadlift here. Obviously working the low handle trap bar. My last warm up at 450, 460. And then my 500 AMRAP, which was obviously what I'm going to have to do in competition, and went really, really well. I just kind of found out after this that we're going to have to strap in our own time. So I'm going to be doing some practice with that, getting faster with the strap in and making sure that I'm set. But yeah, my goal here, I had 8 in my mind. So I counted out what I thought was 4, ended up being 5. And then I kind of took a break to readjust my straps. I was just a little bit too far back, and the bar was kind of pulling my bicep a bit. And I probably could have, thugged it out if I had to, but didn't want to put any extra strain on the biceps, which are already overworked for this prep. But yeah, ended up getting 9 total. Happy with that. Maybe competition day, if I needed it, probably could have got 1, maybe 2 more if I could have taken a little bit less time on that regrip. Yeah, excited to see what I can do. With it being the 4th event, I just wanted to get comfortable that over 5 rep mark. I think that's going to be a minimum for me in that event. But yeah, I don't know what the other guys are doing. Haven't really seen too many other people posting it. But I guess that's a good thing. Kind of going with the blinders on and just see what happens on the day. And then we're back with our stiff leg deadlifts from the floor. This is 365 for my top set. Again, beltless. I like doing my kind of accessories beltless just to keep the load down. There's a time and place to push accessories, and it's not 2 weeks out, but just making everything feel comfortable and like obviously getting some work in. And then we had a whole bunch of back work, working the dumbbell row. Every time I record these, I realize how small my dad again. He's got the leaf blower. Look out. Realize how little range of motion I have, but it feels really good in the lat, and it doesn't feel like I have that short of range of motion. But it's all good. And then I think one of the last moves we had here was our low row with the neutral handle. You can see on these rows especially, I try to round over in the back and then extend as I come through the top. Okay, now the big session, our final events session. Started off with yoke, did a couple runs at 50 foot, and then our main run at 50 by 50 at 600 pounds. This was kind of fun. Actually, I had a bit of a crowd. A couple of the kids from around town were walking by and stopped to see what I was doing. So a little bit of a crowd kind of got me a little more fired up having somebody watch. So 50 foot by 50 foot. This was, I think, about 22 seconds. Would like it to be a bit faster. I think being a bit more healthy and getting my hip opened up a little bit will help with that, and just some more rest and being a bit more fed. And I had a kind of drop down set with 400. Just wanted to work on a bit of speed, which looking back, damn, Mike died. Yoke was good, just got a little bit wobbly at the end. But yeah, happy with it. Circus dumbbell, I was kind of pissed. The first set I recorded here, first set I forgot to record, and it looked a lot nicer than the second set. You can see that second rep I got a little bit away from me. Probably wouldn't have got the down call, but maybe if I have a really easy judge, might get that one. But got a set of 5, 2 sets of 5, excuse me, and felt really solid. This is at 150, and I think I had maybe 4, 5, 10 seconds to spare at the end. So 6 could be there, maybe with a bit more adrenaline. I really wanted to get 5 solid reps just to at least have the confidence that, okay, I've done 5. If I need 5 in the day, it's there. So, and then loading, this event feels really good. I finally got somebody to send me the official rules email, which I somehow didn't get. But we didn't actually get official distance on how far away the implements are going to be. They've kind of first said 5 foot, and now they said it's just going to be close. So either way, I'll be ready. So implements there are still my 215 keg, 250 bag, and my 270 bag. The 270, I'm picking the long way to mimic that Inukshuk, which I'm hopefully going to get my hands on one this weekend. Just to get a touch on it. I'm not super worried about it. The bar is pretty low, so I should be able to just kind of rip it off the ground and just throw it over. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And finally, to finish off the main work, I was working the tire. My tire is fairly light, so I kind of put some weight in the front of it to just work some heavier picks, and then took the weight off and moved into some full flips. Main thing I'm worried about in the tire is the grip portion. I'm kind of spoiled with this tire. Well, yes, it's light. The tread on it is also really good, so getting a purchase or getting a grip on it is very easy. But that's about it, man. I'm tired, but I'm ready. I'm excited. So we'll see what happens. We got a couple more training days to post next week, and then we are into rest and recovery mode. So again, go check out Deadweight Lift Co. Got some great stuff. Code READ10 saves you a bit of money. And that's all I got for this week. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back with a little bit more training next week.